Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's CJ, and today I'm going to be showing you how to look less hungover. It's family-friendly content, I'm sorry. I know it is, but I just felt like with the holidays, Christmas was like 2 days ago. Merry Christmas, by the way, if you celebrate. And with New Year's Eve right around the corner and New Year's Day, I know us working folk who have to work an office job, sometimes we have to go into the office after a holiday and we have to look like shit. And it's not fun because you already feel bad enough. You don't want to look bad. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you want to let the world know how bad you're feeling to tell them to step off. Totally understand. But anyway, so today I'm going to be showing you how to do that. I'm not hungover today at all, but I am exhausted. I have been getting no sleep. My puppy is like not sleeping in the middle of the night. Nearly, she's waking up like 3 or 4 times in the night, just like wanting to play. So I have not been sleeping at all. So I figured my face would be a pretty similar canvas to one that was hungover. I did film this video like a couple weeks ago when I was really hungover, but I hated the footage. It was all over the place, which was probably because I was hungover. Take a shot. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going to say hungover a lot in this video. So anyway, so when you're hungover or when you're tired or anything, the main tell of that is your skin looking very dehydrated. Alcohol dehydrates you. That's usually why you feel so bad. So like that morning, before getting ready, just drink a bunch of water after you wash your face, probably with makeup still on it from the night before, which make sure you get it all off because that little dark underline is a pretty tall, like it tells, it lets people know what's going on. But anyway, so after you wash your face and like get all the makeup off, moisturize the absolute hell out of your skin. I know I've been using the Sunday Riley water cream. I'll pop a picture up of it. I've been using that and absolutely loving it. Another one that I've used and loved is the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. I love that one. I actually haven't found really any drugstore moisturizers that I really enjoy. So if you have any recommendations, like I have oily skin, so I don't want anything too terribly heavy. But just something moisture. I mean, my preference is drugstore makeup because it's cheap and just as good. But anyway, those are the only two that I found that really, really work for me. But anyway, just find a moisturizer that works really well for you and load your face up. And let that sit on for at least like 5-10 minutes before you do your makeup, because you don't want your makeup to slip and slide everywhere. But you do need your skin to absorb all the moisture that it can get. Also, is this camera angle like terrible? I feel like this camera angle is freaking terrible. Okay, that's better. Sorry. Anyway, so I moisturized my skin like a couple of hours ago. So I'm going to use my normal primer. I use this primer every day. If your skin feels very moisturized, then you don't have to use a primer. You're probably feeling lazy if you're hungover, so you don't have to do that. You can skip this step. Me, because I moisturized a while ago, I'm going to just use my normal Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. This one is moisturizing, so it kind of works. Also, I'm going to pin my hair back because I'm not talented enough to do my makeup with my hair down. Okay, so now that my hair's pinned back, I'm going to put some of this primer on. I'm going to put on a decent amount because I need it, And if you're hungover, you probably need it too. And yes, I just put it on my eyelids. So anyway, then just go in with your normal foundation. I don't really like to put on a bunch of makeup on when I'm hungover. One, because I'm not feeling like doing that much, like putting in that much effort. Also, it's like overcompensation. Like if you walk in with like runway ready makeup, people will be like, what? Unless you're like walking a runway, then they'll be like, you look good. And you're like, yeah, I know. But you're going to like your normal job, or if you're going to see your family or anything like that, like you don't want to look like you're trying too hard, right? At least I don't. I am going to be doing my makeup more subdued. I just want to look like I didn't spend the night getting drunk and crying to my boyfriend about wanting to watch High School Musical. That's what I want to. I want to look like a normal human being. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any like crazy makeup or anything like that. It's going to be pretty normal. But anyway, long story short, just use your normal foundation. Just don't go overboard with it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. My normal one is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear foundation. I love this stuff. I mention it pretty much in every single video. So anyway, I'm just going to apply this. Oh, okay, so I wanted to tell you. So I got my first ever comment. Okay? My videos are still like in single digit views, which I don't, like, that doesn't bother me because I only do these for fun. Like, you know, I don't really care about the views. I just have fun filming videos, and I enjoy talking to myself because at least I listen to myself, unlike half the people in my life. So, but anyway, okay, so my videos are still like in the single digits of views and stuff, and I've never gotten a comment. The only like I've gotten, it was from my like personal account, not my pen name account, which is the one I post videos under. So anyway, it was from a brand, you guys. It was, and I just, like, I want to shout it out, like, not me saying, like, how, like, it is freaking awesome, but just how, like, nice they were, because it was the brand Koki Cosmetics, okay? They're a drugstore brand. I think you can find them at Walmart. I tried out one of their powders, and I did not like it. I did not give it a good review. Like, I mean, I wasn't rude or anything. I just said, I don't like this powder. And so they comment, my first comment, and they comment on it, and they were so sweet. And they were just like, hey, thanks so much for giving us a try out. This is one we think you'll like better. Having, like, oh my God, that's so nice, right? Like, you see all these videos and, like, you read all these comments from people about, like, these brands with, like, these terrible owners, you know? And I know it's not the owner commenting on my video, but you see these brands that, like, see a bad review and will clap back or, like, be dramatic or whatever. And they were just, like, so nice. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I thought I needed to give them the little shout out because I thought that was very nice. And I'm going to go pick out the powder that they gave me, or they recommended to me, because I just think that's so nice. And I don't know, I'm all for supporting nice people. You know what I mean? Okay, so now that I have all that on and my skin is looking much less, well, it's still looking dead because now it's all one color, but it's not looking quite as red or, like, bummed out. That made this. But it's not looking as, like, bad. There we go. I'm great at descriptions. I'm an author, and I talk to myself and post it on the internet, and I'm great at descriptions, so kudos. But anyway, so concealer, again, the same thing as the foundation. I'm going to go in with it, but I'm not going to go in with a heavy hand just because I don't want to look like I'm overcompensating. This is actually a very good concealer for what I'm trying to do because it's very high coverage, or it's pretty dang high coverage, but it's very thin and it's not cakey looking. And so you can put on a couple of dots where you need it, like me. And if you're hungover, you're going to need it on your under eyes and these little areas, all that stuff. And this is great for that because it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, but it gives you the coverage that you need. So I am going to take this. I didn't say what it was. It's the Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer. I just got this like a couple of weeks ago and I'm already obsessed with it. Like, I'm already using it over the other concealers that I was using. I use the shade L400 Classic Ivory. So, I mean, I wiped off a lot of the product that was on that wand. And I'm just going to do a little stripe right there, one right there. And then because my eyes are kind of deep set and get really dark right here, I'll put some there. And then I always conceal my nose because my nose gets very, very red. And then under my nose. And then this cheek, just the one. This one doesn't get super red and blotchy. This one does. So I want to do that. And then my chin. Like normal. And I'll put a stripe there. Just why not? I had some product left. And then I always like to do my concealer with a sponge, even when I'm not hungover, but especially when I'm hungover, because it just puts that moisture back into your skin. I guess I could have used a sponge for my foundation, but if I'm being completely honest, like, I'm tired and I don't want to go through that, because putting foundation on with a sponge is effort, right? And also, if you're hungover, you're not wanting to put in that extra effort. But I will say, for concealer, when you're covering a less large portion of your face, it would be good to go in with the damp beauty sponge because it does put that moisture back into your skin, which is what your skin really needs. So there's that. So So I'm just gonna blend that in. And also, don't go in with like a shade too terribly light, because I find, okay, I feel like people who go in with a super bright shade under their eyes, they're trying to make it look brighter and more awake, but I feel like it kind of does the opposite. Sometimes if you're doing like a full glam makeup and you've got all this foundation on and everything, then yeah, you can go in and highlight your under eyes like a lot of people do. That's fine. But I'm saying, like, when I'm like now not using too terribly much product, at least for me, I know for some people it's probably a lot, but I just feel like putting on a bright concealer, like trying to give it that extra like brightness and light, I feel like you're kind of doing yourself a disservice when you do that, because then it just looks like, it doesn't look right. And it looks too makeup-y. Like for what the makeup I'm trying to do right now, that's not what I want. And I don't know, I just don't think it conceals. Like, if you want like super bright under eyes, then I would say go in with a concealer closer to your skin tone and then go in with a bright one. I wouldn't say just go in with a bright one, because I feel like it doesn't conceal as much, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Probably not. But yeah. You're gonna get really good and in there. Just, you know, even if there's like no creases you're blending, just putting that moisture from the sponge into your skin, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with powder. I'm going to use my normal Becca powder because I still haven't found a drugstore one that I like better. You can go in with whatever powder you have. If I'm going to say anything, don't use too mattifying of a powder, because that probably won't help you out. It'll make your skin look even drier. So I'd say go in with like a normal 2 hydrating illuminating powder. Not like a luminous one. You know what I mean? Like one that's not super mattifying. Just don't use matte powder. Okay, so I'm going to tap these. There's probably no creases under my eyes. I'm going to tap them out just in case. And I'm going to go in with that powder. And I'm going to set my entire face just because that's what I always do. And it's just easier for me. But if you don't have to, then don't. I mean, there's no point. So how was you guys' Christmas or holiday or whatever? Or your Wednesday? Was it good? I hope it was good. We actually, not that you asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway. We had our Christmas at our house this year, me and Zach's new house. We always do, we used to always do it at my mom's house. We would always do Christmas Eve with my dad and then Christmas morning with my mom. And we would always go stay at her house. And we would ever since we were little, we would go stay at her house before she was married, not after she was married, but we would make blanket pallets on the floor of her bedroom, and we would just all sleep in there. Just, I don't know, we did that as kids and we never grew out of it. And it was just a tradition we all really, really liked, you know? But anyway, so this was the first year we did it at my house, and it was awesome. I loved it so much. It made me very happy, but it was a hectic as hell morning. I am not going to lie. I don't know if you've seen my like getting ready with me while I talk about my new puppy video, but okay, so I have a puppy, right? I have Chewy. Well, my little brother, he's 19, he lives with my dad. He got my puppy's brother. So like we have brother and sister puppies, and we're brother, and it's very cute. I know. Thank you. But anyway, so he brought him over. Okay, and other than our pup, we have 2 dogs. So just us ourselves, we have 3 dogs. Then you add on my brother's puppy, so that's 4. And then my sister had gotten a dog with her ex-boyfriend. And her ex-boyfriend are still like cool. They're still friends and stuff. So he was out of town, and he primarily takes care of the puppy. Or the dog. It's like a big old, she's young, but she's a pure pit, I think. I'm pretty sure she's pure pit bull. But anyway, so my sister was taking care of her for the weekend because her ex-boyfriend was out of town. And so she felt bad because, you know, with Christmas shopping and everything, she wasn't spending that much time with it. Like, and so she was like, I want her to come for Christmas morning too. Well, okay, she's a young dog and she's pure pit bull and she's in heat. Okay. And I know they need to get her spayed. I know that. Don't get on to me. But anyway, so she brought her over and it was chaos. So we always make these like bacon biscuit thingies, and my mom was making those, and it set off our fire alarm system because she didn't know how to work our vent hood. So our fire alarm started going off, and this is a new house, so we don't really know how to fix that. So we start freaking out. We're running around, like all these alarms are going off. We have a bunch of dogs there that are just getting used to each other. Like It was hectic. And then we're like running outside, like trying to get all this stuff. And then the pit bull that's in heat, which I don't blame her. Like I don't blame her. I still love her. I know it was just the heat of the situation. Because my puppy, she's fearless and she wants to go up and she wants to play with all these dogs, especially the pit bull. So she tries to play with the pit bull, and Blue, the pit bull, kind of like didn't bite her, but like had her pinned down on the ground. And so Chewy was screaming, like screeching, you know, like a puppy. And it was the worst thing ever. But after that, it was super fun. But yeah, that was like our very hectic first Christmas at our new house. It was great. It was. I mean, something always happens around our, like we just have that kind of family. Something crazy always happens. But yeah, that was my fun story. So then I'm going to go in with a bronzer. I'm going just to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I like using something, especially when I'm hungover, that has a little bit of luminosity to it, that gives a little more light and life back into your skin. So that's what I'm going to use this one for, because it's not too shimmery to where it's too much, but it's got that perfect satin finish to it. Also, it's just a really good bronzer, and it smells really good. I'm using a, I think this is a Moda brush, but it's the BMX 130 pointed brush by Moda Pro. I was right. Okay. So after that, I'm not going to contour today. Usually I do contour, but I just feel like it's probably a little too much. It is, because I don't feel like it. So what I'm going to do, but I always do contour on my nose. And you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I always at least have a little bit of bronzer on my nose just to make myself feel more at peace with my life. So I'm going to take the same butter bronzer. I know it's like shimmery, and I know you're supposed to put matte as a contour, but I don't care. And if you're hungover, you probably won't either. This is a Bare Essentials brush. I don't know where I got. I probably got this from Amazon. Or maybe it's, I think it's a Bare, it looks like a Bare Minerals brush. And it's the eye defining brush. It's just like a little one that's kind of tapered, and it works really well for nose contour. So I'm just going to tap that along the sides of the bridge of my nose to give it a little more shape and less blob. There's that. And if I have anything on the brush for some reason out of habit, I always just rub it on my underlip. So the next thing we're going to do is eyeshadow. And I'm going to use this again because, like I've said a bajillion times now, when you're hungover, you're lazy and you don't want to do it. And you need some definition in your eye, because I feel like your eyes are the #1 tell of when you're hungover, because they're red and they're droopy. And there's one other step or two other steps that I'm going to do to kind of show you how to make those better. But I think a big one is definitely putting something in your crease so that when you put like the highlight on your lid, it amplifies it and makes it look even more highlighted. So I'm going to use the same bronzer because it takes out a step, which you hungover lazy bastards don't need. You're welcome. And I'm just going to use that to put into the crease. And I'm just going to use this big fluffy brush and just haphazardly throw it on in there. Because this is a bronzer and because it's not so different of a shade, you know, to your skin, you don't need to be super precise with it. You know what I mean? Like, it can kind of blend out into your skin and just look like a normal shadow, you know, instead of when you use like a purple or a blue or something, that you kind of have to blend out more precisely. But this one, just because it's so close to your skin tone, or this one's so close to my skin tone, you kind of just have to throw it into that general area, blend, 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 and you're done. Like, it's the easiest thing. Okay, and then I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'm going to put this on my under my lash line, my lower lash line. This is a Luxie 121 mini tapered brush. And I don't like to go all the way in. I don't like to, even like on normal, non-hungover makeup days. But especially if I'm like super tired or droopy or hungover or whatever, going in too close to your inner corner can close your eyes off, especially for me because I have tinier eyes. So that's why I kind of stop like right here. Like I don't go all the way in. I'll leave enough room for this to be bright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a highlighter. The whole thing is to use stuff that looks natural but is not natural because it's makeup. You know what I mean? It's you want to look normal and natural and just hydrate it and like you're living your life and you didn't do some shameful things the night before. So this is a really good highlighter for that. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlight in 10 Be My Highlight. It's my favorite highlight of all time. I still, even when I'm not hungover, I still use it. But I do think, even if this isn't your favorite highlighter, I think if you're hungover and you're wanting to put some brightness into your skin but not go overboard with like a glittery highlight that will like probably amplify the clogged pores you have from not washing your face or just anything that happened from the night before. I feel like this is just really good. It makes you look moisturized, not glittery. It's just a really, really good highlighter. That's all I'm saying. And it's like $4. So I'm going to take this highlighter brush. I don't want to pinpoint it to my cheekbone. I kind of just want to put it in this, you know, C to where it just looks like I'm moisturized and hydrated and like I drink celery juice and all that crap. I'm going to go in with blush. Because we already have a highlight and a shimmery or bronzer on, I'm going to use a matte blush. You can go in with a shimmery blush if you would like. So that's your choice. But I'm trying to kind of not use the same products as I use in every other video. So I'm going to switch it up. And I'm going to use this. This is by Studio Makeup. It is their Soft Blend Blush in Wildflower. I got this out of a BoxyCharm. I freaking love it. I've used this for years now at this point, I think. And I just love the color. It's a super natural looking color. It's nothing, I don't know, it's really, really pretty. I really like this blush. And it's, you know, it holds up very, very well. Okay, then I'm going to do my little smile. And even if you're not like an avid blush wearer, I would say put some on. If you're not, unless your cheeks just get red from being dehydrated. I know if I was actually hungover right now, my cheeks would probably be red, and so then I would not put blush on. But because I'm just tired today, I'm going to put blush on. And I feel like if your cheeks don't get red when you're hungover, then putting blush on, it gives you that healthier, less shameful appearance. Does that make sense? Okay, then I'm going to go in with a brighter highlighter on just on my inner corner, because that's usually the biggest sign of being hungover is like a super deep dark. If your eyes are super dark, then they're like, we are tired. What'd you do last night? I know you weren't playing Scrabble because you Snapchatted me at 3 a.m. So I really like this Loreal highlight. It's in Diamond Dust. It's the same formula as that Gilded Honey one that people with a darker skin tone just adore. I'm too light for that, I think. But I love this. It's super bright looking in the pan, and it is pretty bright, but it also has like this pinky shift to it that I think makes it look pretty natural. At least for someone with me. If you have warm skin, then it probably wouldn't look decent. But I feel like if you have fair/neutral skin, then the pink can really work to enhance, you know, your skin color. So I'm going to use just this flat little brush. It's by Bestow. I got it off Amazon. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to be pretty liberal with it. So I'm going to go into the inner corner, and then I'm not going to stick just there. I'm kind of going to bring it inward a little more than I would on a normal day. And I'm also going to go in a little bit more on this lower lash line, just to open that eye as much as I can. And then also I'm going to take this on my brow bone, because doing this makes your brows look more arched and upward, and they tend to look droopy when you're dehydrated and stuff. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to put this on my lid just because I don't feel like it. But I just feel like that inner corner is a spot that you just really need to make a priority to hit. And then the last thing I'm going to do to my eyes besides mascara is I'm going to apply this nude eyeliner that I have. It's by Pixie. A lot of brands make these and they're all, I feel, pretty similar. This one is my favorite though because it has a hint of pink to it that makes it look more skin toned and not so bright, stark white. And I feel like that makes it look more naturally awake instead of generically fake awake. So anyway, this is by Pixie. It's the Eye Bright Liner in No. 1 Nude. And I'm going to apply this just in my waterline. And this just makes the world of a difference, y'all. I mean, it's insane. All right. It may look a little weird on camera, but once I put mascara on, it's fine. The last thing I'm going to do is curl my lashes and put on mascara. I think curling your lashes is another thing that really, really helps with the looking more awake. So definitely don't skip this step, I would say. So just curl your lashes. And then I'm going to go in with my Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. I'm not putting on a bunch of, I'm not putting on a lot of mascara because mascara is the most mundane, boring thing to me and I hate putting it on. And so I feel like if you're hungover, it's just going to make it even more so. So I'm not putting a bunch on. I'm just putting on enough to give it that, to give the eye that awakeness that it so desires. And then I'm going to put on the lower lash line as well. I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to shape them or anything too hard, but I do think it's kind of important to do your eyebrows if you're hungover because it does give shape to the face, and so it doesn't leave you looking like a hungover, tired blob of skin. You're welcome for that description. But anyway, so I think it's important to do your eyebrows. If you don't, then don't do it. But because my face is so round, I need all the shape and definition to my skin that I can get, and eyebrows is definitely a way to do that. So I'm just going to brush them up. I'm not going to do anything like too crazy. Like usually I do the soap brow thing. I'm not going to even bother with that today. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas of my brows. There we go. That looks, I actually like how my brows look today. Got me. Okay, so, before I do this, actually what I'm going to do, I have a bath towel right here that I'm going to wipe my lips off with because they're crusty. Alright. So I never really wear lipstick. I usually always just do the lip liner and chapstick thing just because that's my vibe, I guess. But especially, like, I don't do it every single day, but I feel like when you are dehydrated, your lips can really show that because they're pale and just, like, kind of dead looking. And so I feel like it would be pretty important to put on chapstick and then give your lips a little bit of color. So just whatever lip liner you feel like doing. I tend to go for, like, super boring natural colors. This is the Revlon Color Stay in Nude. I go for pencils that are literally my lip color because right now my lips are pigmented, but if I don't have enough water throughout the day, they will turn like ash white. Not ash white, but they turn very gross and light. And as you can see, any harsh, I don't really like harsh lines on my lips. I feel like it doesn't mesh well with my face. So I kind of blend any of the harshness like on the edges, or like just with my finger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my face with a setting spray. I am a setting spray lover just because I feel like it makes your skin look more lifelike. If you don't like setting spray, you can skip this step, but I do think it's kind of important to put some, like if you didn't powder your face, then maybe you don't need to. But because I did powder my face, because I have to, just because I do, I am going to spray it and give it some more life. So I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. If you're not going anywhere, then maybe you don't need to use a lasting one. Just any sort of spray would work. But I have to go to work. I'm like being called in for a couple hours today. So I do need to make this last. And then I'm going to find, well, usually I have like a postcard or a bill, a house bill right there, but I don't, so I'm just gonna use my hands because of life. Okay, so my face is still kind of wet, but I'm gonna do the outro anyway because you probably don't care that it's wet. But anyway, so I hope this helped you if you're feeling hungover. I hope it made you feel more included and less shameful with your life, because we've all been there, sweetiekins. We all have, and I understand the struggle, and you're gonna get through today, and you're gonna go to bed, and you're gonna wake up the next day, and it's just gonna be great. So just power through it. I hope you had fun the night before, but you know, life goes on and you gotta live your life, and it sucks. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your Christmas was, your holidays, what your plans are, if you're gonna have to use this the day after New Year's Eve. Who knows? You know, so just let me know. Let me know about your life. I'm curious. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.